Hi again then guys, and welcome to another top 10 best vehicle category countdown on Gran Turismo 6, and in this particular pick we're featuring a hugely popular category in which pretty much everyone has their favourites. So this list could be controversial. There are, by the nature of a top 10 list, going to be a number of vehicles, of course, which many people love, which won't be here. And there's nothing you can do about that, because this is just the 10 best, so we can't feature everything. Now, when I say best, and I've said this in other top 10s as well, this is not the fastest. This is the best. That includes value for money, handling, competitive range, ability in multiple categories, drifting, drag, top speed, circuit, sprint, etc. So these are the 10 vehicles which I would recommend in that regard above all others. And if you want more info about them, I have put more in-depth reviews and tunes for all of these cars in the description below. So let's get straight into the list. Kicking us off in 10th, I'm putting the 1988 premium spec Supra. This is a very, very fast sleeper car. You're looking at around 265, 270 miles per hour, without NOS, without draft. The handling is good. It's good as a rally car and a road car. Great drifter. And as I mentioned just now, it's kind of a sleeper. Even though it is a premium model, there are still a lot of people who don't appreciate just how good this vehicle is. In 9th place, I'm putting the monstrously quick, in a straight line at least, Nissan 300ZX. This is a premium. It's very cheap considering how fast it is. You're looking at almost 900 horsepower in fully tuned form, over 280 miles per hour easily, and the handling isn't quite as good as some others on this list, which is the main reason why it's not higher, but it's still good enough for most lower power scenarios. With almost 900 horsepower, it does lose out for drivability compared to something like a Skyline or a Supra, but overall it's still a great car and is definitely worth checking out. In 8th place, what I personally consider to be probably the nearest rival for the 300ZX, although it does have some significant differences, the Mitsubishi 3000 GT or GTO. This car is available in multiple forms. They're all extremely fast, and some are more powerful than others. What most of them have in common though is over 900 horsepower, over 280 miles per hour of top speed, 0 to 60 times, which can easily rival Skylines, Supras, and essentially anything else in the JDM class, and oftentimes beat them. It's a brilliant all-round production car. It's a brilliant all-round performance car. The handling is not quite as good as you'd hope though. The weight is a little bit bulky compared to some others, and those things do hinder it from being higher on the list. It is though overwhelmingly quick in a straight line, and can most definitely give any other car here a run for their money. In 7th place, the first Skyline on our list, the hugely popular, and for good reason, R32 Premium GTR. The reason why this is a little lower on the list than you might expect for an R32 is because of the GTRs on the game. It does require a little bit more of a professional driver to get the best out of it. The R32 is much more hardcore, more focused, and more professionally driven than other Skylines, which tend to be more forgiving. For that reason, it's not quite as universally easy to drive for beginners, but if you do put the time into tuning one, it won't let you down. It's a Skyline, it's a monster in every way. In 6th place, I'm putting one of the slowest cars of this whole list, the Subaru Homologation Special for the WRC, the 22B STI version of the Impreza. This is quite simply a superb vehicle. It has significantly more power than most of the other Imprezas. The top speed is very strong for an Impreza, as is the acceleration, not too surprisingly, and being an Impreza you are guaranteed strong cornering ability, on-road ability, and off-road ability. It's beginner friendly, it's affordable, and it's very competitive for PP specific racing. Take it around the Nürburgring Ring and there's very little that can come close. In 5th place, I'm putting my personal favourite car by far on this top 10 list, the FD series Mazda RX-7. This is the premium spec model, which costs 40 grand, and for 40 grand you don't get anywhere near the kind of power that this car deserves, but at the same time what it does with that power, mainly thanks to being a rotary, is quite remarkable. The top speed is easily up around 270, the acceleration, although not having the launch, of course, of an all-wheel drive, is still monstrously quick, and around the track, when tuned for specific PP levels, such as 500 or even up to 550 or more, this car can shock with how quick it is. It can be as good, if not better, than many official racing cars. It's a great drift car, drag car, top speed car for its power, and the value for money is through the roof. Perhaps surprisingly to some in fourth place, not in the top three, the Nissan R34 Skyline. And some people obviously won't be happy about that, but the reason why I'm not putting it higher is because although, yes, it's extremely powerful, it's well priced, it's a premium, and it's a brilliant car in every way and always has been on Gran Turismo, it's not as good as it should be. The handling is a little heavy compared to some other Skylines, and the top speed is not as good as it deserves to be. It can do over 270 for sure, but it deserves more than that. The acceleration is still incredible. The price is also higher at 61 grand, but still, that's pretty good for a Skyline. And overall, it's a dependable choice. It's just, in my opinion at least, not quite the best Skyline. And that leads us directly into third place, what is, in my opinion at least, the best Skyline in the game. And many people will no doubt disagree with this because this seems to be one of the least popular Skylines, the R33. It's a different shape to most other Skylines, being much more nose-heavy in its design, but that actually allows it to drift around corners in a way that actually saves time. This car is ballistically quick, and despite having around 60 horsepower less than the R34, it is literally just as quick in a straight line, it's even stronger in draft, and it's cheaper. In my opinion, the best Skyline you can get. In second place, the slowest car on the list for pure top speed, but one of the very best for all-round ability, the Honda NSX Type R Premium. This car has the ability to perform so far beyond its raw spec. It's by far the least powerful car here at 484 horsepower, but it can still do 235 miles per hour from that 484 horsepower, and although it's the most expensive at around 120 grand, it is a monster around the track. It can definitely beat the vast majority of these cars around technical circuits like the Nürburgring Ring, and considering that many of these cars have virtually twice the power, that really is a testament to just how brilliant this NSX is. If you haven't bought the Type R, it is definitely the NSX to get. And in first place, this will definitely annoy some people, the age-old debate of Skyline versus Supra, but on this occasion at least, as an all-round vehicle with value for money, driftability, handling, straight-line performance, including acceleration and top speed, all in mind, I've got to give it to the Supra. And as much as I would like to give it to the Skyline, because in most other ways it is at least as good as the Supra, if not better, the fact is that the Supra just has that straight-line performance that the Skyline should have. 290 plus miles per hour without NOS or slipstream, far beyond 300 with them, drifting ability which is second to none basically, a price which is easily as affordable as anything else on this list, and just an all-round value and ability range, which in my opinion just puts it over the top to be the best JDM car all-round in the game. But that's it for my top 10 selection of the 10 JDM cars which you should check out above all others for all-round ability. And I'd love to hear down below what your favourite JDM cars are. This is certainly a heated category of vehicles. Everyone has their own favourites. And as I said, you can check out the description below for extra info for all of these cars. But that's it for this top 10 list overall. You can check out the playlist at the end of this video to see more top 10s for speed and all-round ability. But for now, as always, thanks for watching.